Everyone thought I was living the dream life. From the outside, it looked that way. I had a husband who carried himself with confidence, the kind of man who made people stop and look when he entered a room. Daniel was a businessman, successful, admired, and wealthy. His name often appeared in magazines. His face was on billboards for charity events. To the world, he was the perfect example of success. And to everyone else, he was the perfect husband. But no one knew the truth. I met Daniel when I was 19. Back then, I worked part-time at a bookstore while saving for college. He was 38. Twice my age. A man who looked like he had everything. At first, he was charming, always buying books he didn't need, offering me rides, showing up with flowers. My mother adored him. "He's a businessman, Emma," she said. "He can give you everything. You'd be crazy to say no." I told her, "But I don't love him." She rolled her eyes. "Love doesn't pay bills. Love doesn't buy a future. You'll grow to love him." I was too young, too naive, and too desperate to escape the life we had. So I said yes. On our wedding night, Daniel whispered something that chilled me.
"From now on, everything you are belongs to me."
At first, I thought it was a joke. But then the rules began. Rule number 1. I had to quit my job.
No wife of mine is going to stand behind a counter like some cheap girl.
Rule number 2, I could only wear the clothes he bought. Dresses. High heels. Designer brands. He threw out my jeans, my sneakers, even my favorite sweater. "You represent me now," he said. Rule number 3, I had to report every cent I spent.
If you hide even $1 from me, Emma, I'll know. And you'll regret it.
People envied me, but they didn't see that I was a prisoner. Our house was huge, with security cameras everywhere. Even the driver reported back to him. I wasn't allowed to invite friends. If I called my mom too often, he would take my phone.
Why do you need her? You have me.
When I begged him to let me go back to school, he laughed.
You're not smart enough for that. Don't embarrass me.
So I stopped asking. I stopped dreaming. I just existed. At business galas and charity dinners, Daniel was the star. People admired him, envied us. "Your husband is such a visionary. You're so lucky." Lucky? That word cut me like glass. They didn't see the bruises on my heart. They didn't hear him hiss in my ear.
"Don't speak unless I tell you to."
One afternoon, I came home early from the grocery store. The house was quiet, but then I heard laughter upstairs. My heart sank as I opened our bedroom door. A woman was lying on our bed. Daniel stood nearby, shirt unbuttoned, completely unbothered. He looked at me and smirked.
"Is something wrong, Emma?"
I wanted to scream. To throw something. To ask him how he could humiliate me. But my voice wouldn't come out. He shrugged.
"Don't start drama. You know you can't survive without me."
And he was right. I had no money. No job. No one to turn to. The only reason I stayed was Lily. My younger sister. She was in college, studying to become a teacher. Daniel knew how much she meant to me. And he used her against me. One night he told me.
"All it takes is one call. One call and your sister loses her scholarship. Do you want her future ruined because of you?"
So I stayed. For Lily's sake. Months blurred into years. I learned how to wear a mask. But one morning, I fainted while making breakfast. At the hospital, the doctor gave me news that shook my world. I was pregnant. Pregnant, with his child. I lay awake that night, my hand over my stomach. How can I bring a baby into this prison? How can I let a child grow up under his control? That's when I knew. I had to escape. I couldn't just run. Daniel had men watching me, everywhere I went. So I came up with a plan. I remembered how much he hated weakness. Illness disgusted him. He saw it as a liability. So I forged medical papers, using the art skills I hadn't touched in years. A diagnosis of stage 2 lymphoma. Then, one night, I shaved off my long hair. The hair he loved so much. I stared at my bald reflection. I looked like someone else. When he came home, he froze.
What have you done?
Tears filled my eyes. I'm sick, Daniel. The doctor says I don't have much time. Please, let me spend my final months with Lily. Don't make me die here.
Fine. Get out. Don't come crawling back.
I packed a small bag right away. Nothing more. I didn't want to risk him changing his mind. Lily met me at the bus station, tears streaming down her face. You're safe now, she whispered. For weeks, I stayed in her tiny apartment, looking over my shoulder, expecting Daniel to burst through the door. But he never came. As far as he knew, I was dying. Maybe by now, he even told people I had passed away. But the truth was, I was more alive than ever. The months that followed weren't easy. I struggled with panic attacks. With nightmares. With the echo of his voice in my head. But slowly, I rebuilt. I found a support group for women who had escaped marriages like mine. I picked up a paintbrush again. Each stroke felt like reclaiming a piece of myself. And when my baby girl was born, with her tiny fists and curious eyes, I whispered. You'll never know the prison I lived in. I promise you that. Now, when people ask me about my past, I just smile softly. They'll never know how I faked an illness to escape. They'll never know the nights I cried, begging God for a way out. They'll never know the strength it took to finally break free. And that's okay. Because the only thing that matters is this. My daughter will grow up with a mother who is free. A mother who knows her worth. A mother who will never again let anyone tell her she is nothing. We moved far, far away from that city. Far from the house that was my cage. Far from the man who once controlled every breath I took. Now, in a little town where no one knows my name, I walk with my daughter by my side. For the first time in my life, I feel light. I feel free. I feel alive. Hi, baby. We made it.